Moon. It is the strawberry moon today. Hi, my name is Lacey Dawn Jackson. I'm the Groovy Green Goddess, and I'm so happy that you're here. I am going to talk about throat chakras today, as well as what the fairies have to tell us, and I'll give you a riddle, and I don't know, so many other things. I'm just happy that you're here. If you are listening and would like to get a reading, go over to the 1-2 Radio chat room over at Facebook, and Scott, my producer, will let you in, and you can pose your question in the chat room, and I will get to it. I'll be doing live readings throughout this broadcast. So yes, I'm happy to be here today, and I'm wondering if I should just start off with the joke today. Now, you know what I think I'm going to do, and I know for those of you that are in a hurry, that are off and about, and you want to hear the joke of the day, and I always give the answer right afterwards, I'm not going to do that today. I apologize, but you're going to have to fast forward to the end of the show, where I will give you the answer to the joke of the day, and so it'll give you 40-50 minutes to figure out what the answer is to the joke. Hey Danny, thanks for tuning in today. I really appreciate it, and saying hi. And if you are in the chat room, I'm going to go over there real quick and just say howdy doody. Cece, oh, what a beautiful picture. She has posted a picture of some white daisies, and are daisies any other color, I wonder? I think they might be. But these are white daisies with a very beautiful butterfly sitting on them. I have lots of daisies surrounding my little deck outside, where my father does not mow. Now, if it was up to me, because I live out here in a field up against a grove of trees, or a grove of trees, whatever it is, my dad takes his lawnmower and makes trails through the field, so we have a walking trail, and it's just a little over a mile long, so we can walk it several times and get our several miles in a day. But he insists on mowing around my little tiny house, which I really appreciate, although I don't think the fairies are too keen on him mowing around my tiny house, because it's like the fairies like wild things, and the fairies like it when we are in the midst of the wild. So mowed grass for fairies is they'll just kind of go at it. They'll deal with it, but they're a lot happier when it's tall grass and wildflowers and stuff like that. So I'm very grateful that I have daisies that are happily tucked up against my deck so they don't get mowed over. Yeah, I know. Old habits die hard, and my dad is a mower, so I'm not going to change that. And if it makes him happy, as long as he just doesn't mow my wildflowers down. So we will, if I haven't already said, we're going to talk about the throat chakra today, and that's all about communication. I will be doing live readings in the chat room. Pose your question. If you are watching live video, pose the question there, and I'm getting better at navigating both places at once. So if you would like to get some insight on a situation, certainly post it, and I will get to that at some point during the broadcast. And yes, okay, so the riddle of the day. What kind of bird runs the church? Oh my God, you know what? I think this one is too easy. But I'll let you think about it. What kind of bird runs the church? I will answer that about quarter till at the top of the hour. So if you want to tune in to get that answer, so you can go out into your world and tell this riddle. Or you can, if you think you know the answer, post it in the chat room over at Facebook, 1-2 Radio private group chat room that you can belong to if you want to. We'll let you in. We're nice like that. So, yeah, give the answers. All right. So, this is the full moon, and it is called the strawberry moon. I'm not quite sure why it's called the strawberry moon, other than I've been eating a lot of strawberries this week before I even realized that this is the strawberry moon. So maybe it's called the strawberry moon for that simple reason, is that the strawberries are in bloom. It's time to pick your strawberries. It's time to eat strawberry shortcake and everything strawberries. So out in the field, we have lots of little wild strawberries. So Miss Ellie and I are waiting for those to bloom. I think that they are, but we're not fast enough. I think the little critters are getting them, but there are strawberries up in my mom's garden, and we've been eating strawberries out of there. So yeah, everything's strawberry. So what about this moon? I didn't have an opportunity to listen to Mark Hessen's show this week. I'm sure he talked about all the energies that are taking place this week with the full moon and everything, and I really need to tune into that because this full moon is kicking my arse. Full moons usually don't do that, and what I mean by that is I usually sleep through the full moon energy. I can sleep because I have a full day, and I love dream time, so I welcome my sleep, and just I love sleeping. Do you like sleeping? I love it. And I also love to take like a 10-minute snooze in the daytime at some point, because it just it energizes me, and it's very good for us. But the full moon last night especially, I went to sleep, and then usually I'm very good at, it's been hot here in the Northwest, and I've been keeping my door open, and so I have a screen door, or one of those screen things that you walk through, and it's very good at keeping all the mosquitoes out and stuff like that. But last night I got to sleep, and I was woken up by a stupid mosquito just buzzing around, and I don't think it bit me, but then I couldn't go back to sleep because I didn't want to go back to sleep and have this mosquito eat dinner on my arm. So I was just kind of tossing and turning and listening, and I put the light on for a while, and I was looking around looking for this mosquito. I never did find it, but I couldn't go back to sleep, and I attribute that to the full moon energies that's taken place. Now, many of you know I live in a tiny house, and when I had the tiny house built, I had lots of windows put in. So, because I'm a light person, I don't like to sleep with the curtains over the windows. I like to have the natural light. But last night, the windows that are up high in the loft or the ceiling of my tiny house, the moon, the moonlight I was like bathing in moonlight all night. And then when I, would drift off to sleep and then wake up again, I was basking in the moonlight again, although from another window. It was shining upon me all night. And no, I wouldn't have shut the curtains because I love that, but I'm a little tired today because of all this moonlit energy that was just intensified, and I couldn't get to sleep. So I'm hoping to take a little nap today. I would welcome you to take a nap too. I don't know if I'll get to a nap after this. I am running errands with Miss Ellie. We're going to the juice bar and getting vitamin E lotion, as well as going to Trader Joe's because she loves the little carts. They have little childlike carts. And so even though I'm going away for the weekend, I'll be spending time at the ocean this weekend for about 4 days. Miss Ellie wants me to buy her groceries, keep them down here in the tiny house, and keep the door unlocked so she could come down here and eat. So, she's only 4.5 years old, and already I think she's thinks this is her tiny house. So that's okay. So guess what Grandma's going to do today? I am going to Trader Joe's. I'm going to buy her some groceries so she can walk through the woods and come down here and eat some of her food that she keeps down at the tiny house. So, yeah, I know. That's what grandmas are for. We're supposed to do that for our little ones and even our kids. And so, yes, this full moon, great opportunity for you to manifest. I would invite you today to think about what it is you want to bring into your life, to manifest. We have this powerful energy that we can put it out there in the universe, what it is that we want to manifest, and be open to how the universe delivers. Many times we're not open to how the universe delivers, and we have this narrow way of thinking. So we may lose opportunities and stuff because of that. Yeah. If you're watching me Facebook Live, I am stretching my neck. For some reason, it's stiff. Probably because I didn't do yoga yesterday. I've been making sure I'm doing yoga. Stretching is so good for us. That's the health matters of this episode, is stretching, making sure that you're getting all your muscles stretched out and stuff like that. So very important. And that's one thing that's on my agenda to do is some yoga out in the field today with Miss Ellie, although she starts being bossy and tells me what positions and stuff that I need to do. And she forgets that I am in a yoga training that I have to learn some of these poses and a sequence of poses. And so, all of a sudden I'm like, going over here and doing this and that and the other thing, but that's life, and we're having a great time, and I am going to learn these sequences if it have you ever said you were going to do something, or you made a commitment to do something, and then you find in the midst of doing whatever it is that you're having a lot of resistance, or you put it off and you find that you dread it? But when you tune in, it's more about stepping out of your comfort zone. It's more about that procrastination piece. And it's not about, oh, well, if I am resisting this, then maybe I'm not supposed to do this. Maybe I'm not supposed to go down that path. And then, it's an easy out for us that we may decide to quit the training or something. Now, let me tell you, this yoga training I signed up for over 2 years ago. And the first time around, before it even started, I decided, you know what, I don't have time to do this. And then I put it on hold. Then the next training came around and I go, okay. And I went to the first weekend and I found that, you know what, I am not going to do this. Now, most of what I do is I go to different places on the weekends, or I do a lot of angel parties, or I'll go into people's homes and teach them and a group of their friends, family, how to be more intuitive, how to utilize our psychic muscle. I will do that. I will do past life regression groups, angel groups, private readings while they're out there eating food and visiting with one another. And so when do I do that? I do it on the weekends. And so my weekends actually are booked through October. And so for me to carve out a weekend to sit for 6 a.m. in the morning till 7 p.m. at night in a yoga training Saturday and Sunday is really challenging for me to do, especially when I am feeling that resistance, and I know that it is a good thing for me. Whether I end up teaching the yoga, although I do have a couple private people that have never experienced yoga, and they are coming to me privately, and so that is a win-win because it forces me to do my yoga and practice walking someone else through a sequence. What I'm getting to today with telling you this story is that usually the things that we set upon doing that seem to be the hardest or we feel the most resistance to is something that gets us closer to our mission or to our goal. It's like me and massage school years ago. I hated massage school. Going back to school after many years of being out of school, and I skipped most of school and wrote my own notes and stuff, and so school wasn't my thing. And massage, though, I was bound and determined not to quit, but it was the hardest thing for me to do. And I had so much resistance, and I cried, and I did mediocre on the test, but I really had to roll up my hands, roll up my sleeves, and roll up my hands into a fist many times because I was so frustrated. But I got through it. I ended up graduating, and as a matter of fact, I was one of the first ones in my class to turn around and get my national boards and pass the test because I didn't want to wait. And it opened up my whole world. I was able to quit a corporate gig that I had that I was set up for life. I had an opportunity to become a district manager and move, and I was really doing well in the corporate world, but that's not where my heart was telling me to go. And the things that are the toughest for us, that put us into that zone of we don't know that kind of world, that's where we're supposed to sit. So this week with the yoga thing, I have bounced back and forth because I am so busy in doing readings and going to parties, and I love that. I've been making that as an excuse. Well, maybe I'll just drop out for good this time. Third time's a charm and I'm not supposed to do it. But when I lean into my heart, it's like whether I even do anything with this or not, it's going to help me become a better person. It's going to help me on the physical. And because I have a lot of physical limitations that I've had to overcome, the yoga is like the next best thing. So if you are struggling with something in your life that seems like it is, that you have a lot of resistance towards, that you're thinking about quitting, hang in there. Because the things that are the things that we're supposed to do that get us closer to what it is that we are to do on our mission or to fulfill our passion is never going to be easy. If you talk to others that are really successful in whatever it is that they set out to do in their life, you will hear a story of overcoming obstacles. So don't ever give up, all right? I'm giving that talk to me as well. Don't ever give up. Get your ass out there and do the yoga. Anyway, let's go into the chat room here. And hi, Quelly. Love you to the moon. Oh, I love you too. Thank you so much for tuning in. And it looks like you're watching me on Facebook Live too. So thank you for that. If you are listening, driving around, or you need to go someplace and you're like going, oh, I want to hear what the answer to this riddle is. And the riddle is, what kind of birds run the church? I will give you that answer here in a little bit. But if you want to find that out, but you have to, you're on the run, we do have a Facebook app. We have an app. It's not a Facebook app, but we do have an app that you can, an iTunes app that you can download, upload, whatever you load, and put it on your phone, and you can listen to any of the shows here at 1-2 Radio, and it's great. I love doing that because I drive so much to different places. I love to stream it through my phone, and I can hear it on the speakers of my car. And I learned so much from my colleagues, and I would encourage you that if you haven't listen to one radio host or whatever, I would encourage you to do, try us out. That's the least you can do. Well, it's not the least you could do, but it would sure be nice if you did that, and certainly stop in the chat room and say hi and, all that good stuff. Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I read your mind. Ha 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 ha. No, it's time for a reading. I think it is. So I'm gonna, I saw earlier someone wanted a Thursday. Hi, Cheryl. Now, Cheryl can bear witness to this, that I was such a rebel in high school. But you know what, Cheryl? So were you. Oh my gosh. All right. Anyway, those were the days, my friend. Hi, Denise. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, the full moon energy is intense. So this card I'm looking for, okay, it was CC. This card is for you, CC, and then I will get to pull a card for you, Denise, and then everyone else. But yeah, okay. So, it's a fabulous day. It is. It is. I feel like I'm in love. I think it's a great idea to be in love with yourself. You know, if you're not dating somebody, or maybe your relationship is kind of, you know, that goes the ebb and flow, it's a great opportunity to turn that attention back on you, pat yourself on the back and say, hey, you know what? I love me. It's always a good idea. And you know what? That ties into something I just talked about, as far as, you know, the hardest thing to do is usually the best thing for us. And stepping out of our comfort zone is, you know, the best thing for us. So, you know, get this, or, you know, consider this, that when we are suffering from low self-esteem, we don't have as much confidence as we know that we could have, or maybe we've never experienced it. And you know, life just maybe kind of sucks. And, you know, the assignment that you can do, and it's hard, and I know that I have spoke on this before many times, but it is something that helps, and is so uncomfortable, and so much resistance can be, you know, to do this, but to look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, you know what? I think you're pretty groovy, and I love you. And, you know, just because they're, you know, I'm not feeling loved outside of here right at the moment, don't take that personally, but feel the love for yourself, you know. That can be the hardest thing. That really can. But the more you do it, the more it gets easier. And the more you don't care what others say. You know, I think that's about, you know, getting older and wiser, and not really, you know, caring, but being more of our authentic self. And that's what it's all about. Okay, so, Cece, so I have shuffled these cards quite a bit. Okay. Follow your heart. I'm looking for my water. I need to follow my water right now. Or I would start getting hoarse. I know, that was dorky. So follow your heart. Very important. It's a good reminder. It feels as if you're striving for something better than what you have right now. It feels like it may have something to do with your career, your job. And maybe things aren't going as quickly, as smoothly even, as you had hoped. Don't give up. Hold out and don't give up. Sometimes things are occurring behind the scenes, behind that curtain right there, and we don't realize that. So having faith and remembering that you know, things are going according as planned. In the meantime, doing little things that make your heart sing every day, and that will help with the bigger things that are happening. Okay, so Denise, I am going to hi Lioness and Lillian, thanks for tuning in. And Sally. Hi, Sally. All right. And you know what? If you are watching this on a replay, would you let me know that by putting pound replay in the comments? I would so appreciate it. It just lets me know that you're watching me, and I would really appreciate it. Oh, you know what? This card here jumped out as I was shuffling. So Denise, and if this card resonates with any of you who are listening on an encore edition or right here, right now, these cards are for you too. Fertility. All right. So, Denise, this is about some of the things that you are wanting to manifest. They are coming to fruition. I get a lot of springtime energy around you. And springtime energy, we are, you know, in the summer or the winter months, depending on where you are in the world. But the springtime energy that I feel is about simplifying and preparing yourself. Also doing some some grounding, or what is the word that they're using now? Instead of simply going outside barefoot, what is that word? Earthing. Okay, go out and do some earthing. That's what it is. Earthing is when you take off your shoes, you take off your socks, and you put your feet on the earth, on the dirt, on the grass, and you just take a moment to really feel that energy going within and moving up your body, and it just cleanses and grounds you at the same time. So, fertility. Pan is the fertility elemental, the elemental that, takes care of the earth, and, one of those many different elements that we can call upon to help us with bringing more manifestation and more fertility. And no, you're not pregnant. They kept on saying, they told me to say that like right off the bat when I saw that, but it was like, I'm not going to say that. See, I still, when I'm doing readings, there is a, there's that voice that is like, okay, I have this inner dialogue or argument with it's the fairies, I'm always kind of arguing and to being a rebel there, but yeah, I said it. Hey, Candace and Johnny, hey! So, Candace, thanks for taking time out to watch me. This is your first time. Welcome. I hope that you enjoy it. And Johnny there, he can attribute to me being a rebel. I have been much of a rebel with him in the olden days, and music was he's a good friend from way back that we used to party together a lot, and we knew some of the same band members. I mean, one of my a relative. I used to go out with one of his relatives, for many moons, but trouble. Anyway, thanks, Johnny, for tuning in, and I think it's great that we can be rebels and live through it, and I would not trade any of my rebel life for anything. I think I'm still a rebel in some fashion, and I think it's important that every one of you, if there is something that you want to do, but you're afraid to step out of your comfort zone, or you're afraid to be a rebel in your own right, do it. I just say do it, because what are you waiting for? It's like getting to the end of our life, and you know what? Frankly, our life can end today. So it's about getting to the end of our life and going, oh gosh, I really wish that I would have done that. But wow, what would my family or friends have thought if I would have done that? You know what? It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you didn't do it, and now you're feeling regret because you didn't do something that you were too worried about what others thought. It's really important to get over that, what others think of us, because if we, get lost in that energy, then we're not going to step out of our comfort zone, and we're not going to live the life that we are meant to live. The universe wants us to step out of our comfort zone. The universe wants us to do fun things, whatever that is for you. As long as you're not doing harm to others and that you're having fun, it's important. It's very important. So I say be a rebel, because you know what? It's not fun to be boring. Let's see, what time is it? Okay, it's almost time to give you the answer to the joke, but I'm going to give you the question or the riddle. What kind of bird runs the church? Do-do-do. All right. It is so easy. It is so easy. So if you know the answer, put it in the chat room. Okay? I dare you to. So, yeah. Hey! Sid! We have a winner! Woohoo! Sid. Hi, Lacey. Happy full moon. Are the church birds cardinals? Yes, they are. They are. So, yes. So, Sid, I'm going to choose a card for you. Trust your intuition. All right. So listen to your inner wisdom. Actually, you do very good at not second guessing yourself. So pat yourself on the back there. Let me read the rest of your. Okay, even if you feel sleepy, you sound great. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Full of happy energy. Though, you know what? That's the fairies for you. You know, those fairies are always like doing tricks on me and keep me popping and happy. And yeah, okay. So your card today is the Trust Your Intuition. Next week, I have a property insurance mediation for inside the house water damage that I've been living with for more than a year and a half. Would like to know if the outcome will be in my favor and if the policy cancellation will be reversed so that I don't lose coverage. Okay, so there's a couple things going on here. Yes, I do see where you're going to be compensated. Things are going to turn out positive. It may not be in the full amount, or that's the big what you had hoped. Shop around for another insurance just to put that in your back pocket. I'm seeing where your rates will probably go up. I don't get that they'll cancel you right away. Yeah, they'll have you there for a little bit, but it would be good to just cleanse that energy of that whole situation, since you've had to wait so long and fight a little about it, and that's just not your nature. You just want things to just be done and over with. So shop around there, but I do see an outcome. It's really important to follow your intuition with this situation, which I get that you already have. That's why it's a year and a half down the road. You've been very patient about what has taken place, and so yeah, it's frustrating sometimes, when we know that we're right, but it does teach us faith. It teaches us to just, okay, you know what? I give this up. I can't do anything. I don't have any control over it. And that's what we have to remember, is that we don't have control over anything. We have control over what we do as far as our choices, but we really don't have control over situations outside of us. And I think that the universe sits there and goes, okay, you know what? Let's test this person's faith here. Let's test this person's letting go capacity here. And when we do let go and let the universe take care of things, and again, know that things are being worked on the other side of the veil, it's not easy, but it definitely does pay off. So, yes. So Cece was already seeing the Cardinals symbol this week with church and the birds. So, these jokes that I tell are also a message for many of you. Look at what church means to you. Church for me, it's not about sitting in a pew listening to someone, although that's okay too occasionally. But my church is out there in the forest when I'm sitting on an old growth log and moss filled and watching the world go by, watching the critters and the spiders webs, and that's my church. And I can get a lot from that, a lot of grounding and a lot of peace. And so maybe this joke plays to you as a message as to where is your happy place, where is your church of sorts, where is your peace. And yeah, we could all stand for a little more peace. And yeah, anyway, oh, you know what? I have talked and I haven't even got to the throat chakra, and look what time it is. I swear, sometimes I need 2 hours to just rattle on. But so the joke of the day. Now, if you are in the Northwest area, I am going to start doing readings up in Seattle in the fall. I'm still ironing out the location, but it will be at a metaphysical bookstore because, you know what? In between readings, I like to shop. Anyway, no, I don't allow myself to have anything in here, but anyway, I like to browse. But appearances. So I am going back down to Portland, Oregon, July 13th. I think is a Friday. I love Friday, July 13th. But I will be, actually, maybe that's the, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's that Friday. I will be doing readings in the Psychic Sister location in Portland. And that night before, I'm going down the night before, and I'm teaching a class on past life regression. And I will teach people who show up how to get in tune with your own past lives without having to come to someone like me who specializes in past lives. And I will also be doing a guided meditation to experience your past lives. So I will be doing that. I'm also up in Port Townsend again in July for 3 more days, and I hope that if you are traveling in the state of Washington that you go into Port Townsend. It's a great Victorian town that has lots to offer, and stop by and see me. Announcements. Okay, so if you would love to, or maybe like to, you can like to see my videos that I post on my YouTube channel. I have a goal to reach 100, and I'm over halfway there, but I would love to have you go to Lacey Dawn Jackson over at YouTube. I will post the YouTube channel link in the chat room over at 12 Radio, and please go subscribe to my channel so I could get 100 viewers. I think that would be so cool. Reach my goal. And yeah, I have more things coming up for that about being more my fairy self, but yeah, in the meantime, that would be really groovy. Throat chakra is about communication. And that's what we all communicate. We all communicate. Sometimes our communication may waver. Sometimes our communication, we want to communicate, but maybe there are others around us that are intimidating us, or maybe we are in different situations where we don't feel our inner power, so we're not able to express what it is that we want to say. The throat chakra, focusing on this area, this energy point in our bodies, will help facilitate more vocal, being more vocal in a positive manner. Just know that if you are also, this is about excessive talking. And I know, oh gosh, I know a few of these in my life that, I will start to say something and they are so excited about talking and that they just talk over me and I never finish what I was going to say. And, there's a couple people in my life that I've just gotten used to it, that no matter when I interrupt them and say, may I finish what I started to say? Someone I was talking to the other day, I said that to them and she goes, yeah, sure, and keeps on talking. And so I never did finish what I was going to say, but it was like, okay, this doesn't irk me as much as it used to. So, it is about just honoring their journey. And if our throat chakra is, running over excessive energy, it is about that inability to listen. It is about that excessive talking. So if you find that you are not hearing what other people say, maybe they're saying, you don't listen to me. Maybe it's time to just take a moment out and go, oh, you know what? I will. I am hearing you. Deficiency in our throat chakra is that the poor rhythm. Maybe we can't find our voice and we have a fear of speaking. We're afraid to speak our truth. Our communication is about speaking our truth and being confident enough that we speak our truth without worrying about what others are going to say. Think of it this way. If all of us had the same thing to say, wouldn't it get boring? Wouldn't it be boring in our lives that everybody had the same thing to say, or everybody thought the same thing? That's life, is to be our original, authentic, groovy self and to speak our truth. A balanced throat chakra is that clear, look at me, I can't even talk, that clear communication. The throat chakra, when it's in balance, our creativity flows as well. So if you find that you're maybe not as clear as you would like to be, some affirmations for your throat, okay, are, repeat after me, I express my feelings easily and freely. I own my power and feel fully alive. Woo-hoo! Yes, say that too. That's part of that communication of our throat chakra, is like going, woo-hoo! Go out there tonight and howl at that moon. And it's not because you're just howling at the full moon, but it's because you are opening up your throat chakra. You need to. It's your assignment. It's an order. Actually, you have a choice. Another affirmation. I am calm, confident, and well-spoken. Yes, you are. I know it to be true. I communicate effectively with everyone in my life. Now, that's a really good one. I'm going to repeat that one because that one is one to remember when we are having challenges with our loved ones or co-workers or someone in our life that doesn't seem to listen to us, or, that inability to communicate with them. I communicate effectively with everyone in my life. So there you have it. Communication. Communication is key. Yes, it is. So I want to just toot my horn, and I don't like to toot my own horn. So this is a little out of my comfort zone, but I'm getting better at it. My business coach is kicking my arse in some things, and I am having to step out of my comfort zone. But like I said, it's really important that you step out of your comfort zone. Do something this week that scares you, okay? and roll up your sleeves and know that the things that you want to manifest, the things that are what make your heart sing, are things that are going to be challenging, and there is going to be work. All right. You know, it's like people, clients that I talk to about relationship and manifesting relationship that don't want to get out of their comfort zone to, they don't want to get out of their comfort zone to, let's say, do online dating or, go to new places to meet people. You know, your person in shining armor is not going to like knock on your door and go, here I am. Wouldn't that be nice? That would take all the work out of it. Although, you know what, that work, there is a reason for it. So step out of your comfort zone. Where am I going with this? I'm just telling you to step out of your comfort zone. I also, and I don't think I have this on, I just posted, there is a program that I've been doing for, well, since the first of the year. That is a video program that is called Intuitive Wellness Program, because I believe that you are just as psychic as I am. It's a matter of just exercising your psychic muscle, and I am here to help you exercise your psychic muscle. And exercising your psychic muscle means that you have to practice different techniques and to learn different things. And I have this program that I've been offering. It is a video course, 3-month video course that is it is offered over at 12academy.com. And I would encourage you to go and just check it out. And the new session starts August 7th. And you get videos each, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday, with assignments to do. We check in once a month over the phone. For you to ask me questions, for us to just talk about your experience with exercising your psychic muscle. And it's really a great program. I'm getting lots of accolades, and I'm just so happy about that. But I'm on a mission, and that is my mission, is to help you with your intuitive abilities. In the meantime, intuitive abilities, if you would like me to walk you through a situation or something, go over to 12listen.com, where I am there most days to help hopefully inspire you, to help you on your path, and read the testimonies. You know, read the testimonies. If you're unsure of, when you go over to 12listen and you want to connect with someone, make sure you look at all our profiles and go with who you resonate with. There's a lot of great people over there. Okay, so if you don't resonate with me, go over and see what the other profiles have to say. And we're always running specials. We have flash sales. Make sure you get on our mailing list over there at 12listen.com. Mark holds flash sales, and us advisors, we don't even know when the flash sales are going to be until moments before. So they are awesome prices. I mean, seriously, affordable prices. So get on the mailing list there. We are out of time. You have been listening to me, Lacey Dawn Jackson, Groovy Green Goddess, and I affirm for you this week that you have a fabulous weekend, and we are going into the 4th of July. Is next Tuesday or Wednesday, I don't know. It's sometime next week, I believe. And keep your animals inside. Even if you're not blowing out the fireworks, you keep your animals inside and take care of them. That's an order. Anyway, you have been listening to me right here on 12 Radio, changing the way we listen to the world. Blessings. Bye.